Welcome back and thanks for staying with us. Well, government is weighing out ways to avert what may lead to a humanitarian crisis in the Eastern Cape. Dams across the Nelson Mandela Bay Metro may drop up due to the ongoing drought and lack of rain in the province. Several of the dams there are at extremely low levels, with the Churchill Dam in eNCA at a critical 8% at the moment. Let's speak to Joseph Tsatsire, the Director of Water Distribution in Nelson Mandela Bay Metro, about what they're doing to help the situation. Thank you very much for your time, Joseph, here on All Angles. Firstly, just give us an update on how dam levels are looking, particularly Churchill. A few hours ago, it was at 8%.
Good morning to your viewers. Thank you for the opportunity. You are right. Churchill is currently sitting at 8%. And Mpofu is just sitting at 13% as well. And these are two, major sources of water, from the western side that supply the city. And obviously they supply plus or minus, 40% of the city as we speak. And I think if these dams run dry, obviously we're going to actually affect almost like 40% of the city. Currently, both dams combined, we have got just over, 2.2%, that is left. And as we speak currently, we are introducing what we call barges and floating pumps, to ensure that there is continuity of supply, for the next couple of days.
So you're mentioning the next couple of days. So day zero is clearly looming large for Nelson Mandela Bay. What happens after a couple of days? What will you be doing after a couple of days?
Yeah, obviously, I think if we deploy our, pumps, we're going to actually buy plus or minus, 3 months worth of water. And then in the eventuality that, both dams run dry without us receiving any rainfalls, obviously we have designed, a continuity plan. And I think that plan actually taps into other systems that supply, the city with water. If I might educate your viewers, is that, the city has got also, a source of water from the Carib system, which is currently not affected, by drought. And we will then be able then to take that water into the city and actually put it through collection points and ensure that residents will have basic water for consumption. And that city is that plan is actually being concluded as we speak, in the event that those dams run dry.
Is there a possibility, Joseph, that Nelson Mandela Bay residents will not have water at some point at all coming from their taps?
That's what we are trying to avoid, and I think in the event that our two dams run dry, obviously that possibility will exist. And as I've mentioned, the continuity plan then will be able to isolate some of the suburbs or townships, in the areas that are affected, which is about 40% of those, and direct them to collection points where they will actually then have to pick up water in a regulated fashion, for basic and domestic consumption.
Exactly what has the city been doing in the last couple of months or years? We know that, of course, it's because it goes with nature in terms of not having enough rain, etc. But for instance, the Nelson Mandela Bay Chamber of Business is saying that there's been a lack of accountability from government, a lack of infrastructure management, and a lack of planning, really, after knowing for so long that this time would be coming.
So I think from a technical point of view, there's quite a number of drought initiatives, that has been put in place. I think since 2010 already, when we had one of our severe drought as well, we have initiated, a groundwater project, which we actually commissioned then with the study of all the areas, that has got potential groundwater, and we have identified them, and they are now being developed. I think some of them are going to actually give us, water as of, September this year. We have got the Kruger, for example, that will give us 15 megaliters on a daily basis as of end of September. Obviously, these were actually initiated some time ago, but they were delayed due to funding arrangement, but now, they're going to give us water, which is going to go a long way in actually mitigating us from this drought that we are suffering. We also have got Notkatak Phase 3 that was completed. It's giving us, additional 70 megaliters of water into the system. And that water, again, is currently, we're going to be using that as part of an emergency continuity plan into the system. There is also, the groundwater, which we have now almost going to be complete again around July, end of July. The Bushy Park, St. George's, as well as Mogro. These bores again combined is going to give us 15 megaliters on a daily basis. So our groundwater interventions, which were initiated for quite some time, obviously due to certain delays around funding arrangement, whether it's delayed decision making, as well as COVID again, to a certain extent, delayed some of our projects, coming on board. But all in all, they're going to give us plus or minus, 30 megaliters additional into the system. That will actually then again help in actually pushing the day zero going forward.
I've run out of time, Mr. Tsatsire, and I just want to ask you to be a little bit short with this answer. In terms of you're saying that some of the projects were halted, for instance, you're getting water from Kucha from the end of September, etc. This is something that business has said is a problem in terms of being a lack of procurement and a lack of urgency when it comes to procurement of such an issue like water.
Look, what I can say is from a technical point of view, we had a drought mitigation plan. It needed to be funded, and there were delayed funding arrangements. But I think those technical solutions has always been on the table, and I think we needed to implement them, with the funding being provided for.
All right. Well, thank you very much for speaking to us here on All Angles. We'll, of course, get an update as the weeks go. As you know, or as you heard here on eNCA, Nelson Mandela Bay is, very close to reaching day zero. Actually, by Friday, the Churchill Dam is expected to be empty.